What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. Hope everybody's doing well out there on this Hump Day Wednesday. I'm doing really good myself. Shout out to the sister queen, I know who I am, for sending me this story right here. And wow. And also shout out to the people who stepped up and donated to the bereaved family of George Floyd here. Big shout out. It just shows really, how much love, that they have for the bereaved family. And it shows the support and everything else. And it's a beautiful thing. Now, of course, no amount of money can ever replace, the loss of a loved one or what have you. But nevertheless, it can help get you through. Okay. Now it says here, George Floyd's GoFundMe raises more than $10 million in 5 days. That is phenomenal. Okay. That is beautiful. It goes on and says a GoFundMe page started by the sister of George Floyd has raised more than $10 million. On May 25th, 2020, my life shattered as I learned of the tragic passing of my dear brother, George Floyd's sibling. Philnoise Floyd, I guess that's her name, Philnoise Floyd, on the page, which was created 5 days ago. My family and I watched in absolute horror as the now infamous and horrifying video began to spread quickly throughout social media. What we saw on that tape left us shell-shocked. A white Minneapolis police officer kneeling directly on my brother's neck, obstructing his ability to breathe. As some officers knelt on his neck, other officers participated and watched. No one took any action to save my brother's life. Those officers would continue to brutalize my brother until he died, she wrote. Also, there has been charges placed on those other officers, that didn't do anything to stop this animal for obstructing and murdering, obstructing Mr. Floyd's breathing, and which led to his asphyxiation, murdering. In other words, that's how he died, and then they had this half-ass low-life coroner, the first one, said that, it was underlying health conditions that actually caused Mr. George Floyd's passing. And when we could see plain, simple, and clear what caused that man's death, okay? But if it hadn't have been for the family actually hiring their own independent coroner, to do their own, to do an autopsy, you understand, which actually showed that George Floyd died from asphyxiation, with the knee, to the back of the neck, obstructing his ability to breathe. That's what that coroner found, which blew the first coroner out of the water for lying in the first place, which also should be put in jail, and he should have his license stripped for even being a coroner, in other words, a medical examiner, whatever you want to call him, it's a terrible thing. It really is. But in conclusion here, this fund is established to cover funeral and burial expenses, mental and grief counseling, lodging, and travel for all court proceedings, and to assist our family in the days to come as we continue to seek justice for George. The sister said, a portion of these funds will also go to the estate of George Floyd for the benefit and care of his children and their educational fund. The page's goal of 1.5 million was easily surpassed thanks to more than 391,000 donors who contributed a total of 10 million plus as of early Tuesday afternoon. That is great. That is really beautiful, To continue, the fund was being managed by the office of the family's lawyer, Ben Crump. George Floyd, 46, died after a Minnesota cop kneeled on his neck for nearly 9 minutes during a routine bust in a racially charged caught on video incident that has sparked protests around the country and world. Okay. Yeah, it did, and there's only one way basically we're going to be able to stop this kind of thing, and it's full scale war. That's the only thing that's going to be able to really stop these animals that's wearing badges that just think, oh man, wow, I can do whatever I want to do. I can kill people and get away with it, or what have you. And they're still doing it. They're still doing it. You know, it's terrible. That's just starters to it, and I can't find any other words to actually describe what I've seen in this video right here. It was repulsive. It was everything that's foul in nature. Now, as far as I'm concerned, what's his name? Derek Chauvin. That's his name. The so-called officer that did this. He's worthy of nothing but death himself. And I think I don't know if I told you guys this. Derek Chauvin's. They're going to actually increase the charges. From third degree murder and what is it? Third degree murder and manslaughter or something like that. They're upping the charges on him. I've seen that. And also, too, if I haven't told you guys, I'm saying it again or what have you. If I already told you, those other officers will be charged as well. These lowlifes are supposed to actually uphold the law, and they're not doing it. They're not doing it. These are all bums. With badges. And they're bad for any community. And Derek Chauvin, well, David, whatever that bastard name is, he's on death row, regardless if this country, if this government, let him off, or if he does get the some Amber Geiger shit, the time that she got a lousy 10 years, you know what I mean, or what have you. He's on death row. You can rest assured this. He will not have salvation in the flesh for what he did to this man. And once he takes his last miserable breath out of that foul ass shell that he lives in, they call a body, when he opened his eyes in the next disposition, I can guarantee you, he will see Mr. George Floyd, standing in glory. And he will have to answer to the Most High and Mr. George Floyd. And also with a host of other entities, I'm telling you, you will not want to have to deal with. But these murderers are going to have to deal with them one way or the other. It don't make no difference how he's dispatched to see it. Rather somebody take him out and send him over there if he just die of natural causes, whatever that is, you know what I mean? He's got it coming, along with all the rest of the murders that took the lives of these innocent people. The McMichaels, the same thing they did with Ahmaud Arbery. The lowlifes that actually took the life of Breonna Taylor. The same thing. The same thing. All of you motherfuckers are on death row. You're on death row. You're on death row. And that's just all there is to it. But y'all tell me what y'all think about this story right here. I'm interested in hearing y'all thoughts and views and opinions on it. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. People, please remember to live your life as though we are being watched. Simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.